Hey guys, welcome back to Geek Speak, and today I'm very happy to announce that this will be my very first collaboration, and it is with a dear friend. He is new in the YouTube scene. I treat him like a kuya, pero parang we're in the same age naman. But please welcome from the Fraggments channel, Mr. Jake Fragada, or as I like to call him, Fraggy. Fraggy, welcome to Geek Speak. Thank you very much for doing this. Kumusta?
Hi, Jiggy. Mabuti, magandang gabi. Thanks for having me. Good evening, everyone. It's also an honor for me to collaborate with Mr. Jiggy Cruz for a special episode on his Geek Speak channel.
Okay, so tonight I invited Fraggy because he is actually in the running in the Quiz Night Championship League with Team Broforce,
Yes.
currently in fourth place, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So Fraggy and his brothers are competing in Quiz Night Championship League. They placed third last Friday night during the music quiz night. And kumusta naman? What did you think of the quiz night, Fraggy?
I enjoyed it. The first night was, I had jitters during the first night, even if I joined the past game night or quiz night already, because this is a league already. But for the music night, I sort of felt a bit in my comfort zone. And I think it paid off because we were able to go up the ranks naman.
And then we were talking offline. You said that you should have doubled up in another round. Was it the lyrics round?
Yeah, out of the 5 rounds, I perfected 2 rounds, neither of which I doubled up. So, kinda regretted that.
You could have been first.
Mathematically,
Oh well.
yes.
Anyway, so are you excited for 80s and 90s cartoons trivia night?
Very much, very much. Those are our golden growing up years.
So I'm actually wearing my Megatron t-shirt right now, and for this particular video, we'll be talking about the 80s cartoons, and then when you head on over to the Fragments channel, the two of us will be talking about our favorite 90s cartoons. So Fraggy, let's hit it off right the bat. What was your favorite cartoon in the 1980s?
In the 1980s, I cleared this with you and I made it just by a year before crossing over to the next decade. Mine would have to be Dragon Ball Z.
1989, Dragon Ball Z. And if I'm not mistaken, this was televised on RPN 9.
RPN 9, correct.
Teka, let me guess. Was it Saturday, 5 o'clock?
I think so, 5 or 6 p.m. Late afternoon.
Because my family and I would go to mass, and I remember because I'd missed like the last few minutes because we had to leave already for church. So why did you like Dragon Ball Z?
I enjoyed the variety of the characters. I also like the concept of all of these energies, internal powers. Anyone can be, can have capabilities. The Saiyans just have a little bit of an advantage, but otherwise, you have a person like Bulma who has the intelligence to create all of these capsule technologies, and then you have the characters like the androids also who came into the picture. So a little bit of everything, considering it was still the late 80s to already discuss or tackle those types of concepts.
It just sucks that RPN 9 never showed the entirety of Dragon Ball Z. I don't even think that they finished that whole Nappa and Vegeta saga.
Correct. So it had to be sourced elsewhere or viewed in another way, shape, or form.
Well, I did enjoy Dragon Ball Z a lot back then, but I didn't like it that Dragon Ball Z was televised ahead of the original Dragon Ball. So when I saw Dragon Ball, like when Goku was a child, what the hell is this? It's not as cool as Z. Yeah, and if you compare like the intro songs of Chala Head Chala versus Get That Dragon Ball, ang layo.
True. Speaking of theme songs, It was really such a part of my younger years that I even remember and memorize still the adapted songs of the Filipino group Age of Wonder and Gino Padilla. We had a cassette tape of the soundtrack,
Oh, wow.
and I still memorize some of the songs.
Was it in Tagalog?
Mayroon Tagalog, some were in English.
Okay, okay. All right. So I want to share naman my favorite show from the 1980s, and it definitely has to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because, well, number one, Friday night was always a happy time for me. My parents were nice enough. We had this little portable TV
Oh,
that we put in the
oh.
dining room, um, and it was still antenna. So the reception was still bad back then, but I could hear the turtles while having dinner Friday nights.
ABS-CBN, correct?
Yes, correct. I'm not sure though if it was 7 p.m. or 7:30, but my heart tells me it was around 7 because it was dinner time.
Heroes and a Half Shell, Turtle
Of
Power.
course. One of my, I don't know, gripes growing up was that I never got to own the turtle blimp. I thought it was just one of the coolest toys produced by Playmates, the turtle blimp. Because the very first memory of, well, the earliest memory of me buying an action figure was about the Ninja Turtles in the old Vira Mall. So to the kids out there in the Philippines, it's not V Mall. It was still Vira Mall in the old Ultra Noblia toy store that eventually became World of Toys in Shangri-La Mall.
Right. I saw your post earlier. The Donat was it the Donatello figure?
Yes, I got Donnie, and I always like the smart one in the cartoon, so that's why I really like Donnie.
Funny you mentioned it. I was going to ask you because I remember during that time, the toys of all the cartoons that were coming out were either Mattel. I don't think Hasbro was making figurines, but it was either Mattel or Playmate or another manufacturer.
Of course, GI Joe was also big here in the Philippines. Well, that's Hasbro, but I felt like the Star Wars toys were never that big when I in the mid 1980s. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't born then, so I don't. I can't comment on that. But if you watch the Netflix documentary, The Toys That Made Us, it's just really surprising that as a kid, you were just really watching cartoons, but now all grown up, it was all a marketing ploy for all these children to tell their parents to buy me the toys.
Correct, correct. Agree. I remember that blimp too. I wanted to buy the van, the pizza van.
The turtle van, yes.
I remember it would even shoot pizza.
I remember that. The pizza. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah. I really I think even the toys back in the 1980s and the early 90s are no match for the toys that are being produced now. What do you think?
Agree. Agree. Quality alone was different eh. It was really you really felt that it was going to be worth collecting and even passing on eventually to the next generations.
It's also sad that there weren't really Dragon Ball toys sold here. And if there were, they weren't really fully articulated. Like they were you couldn't move their hands or that was the sad part.
I remember at some point I was able to buy I think Trunks and then a Vegeta or a Vegeta. And then to my surprise, their hair or would come off easily. So
Yes, the hair. Exactly the hair. I had the Super Saiyan Goku.
right, the golden hair.
It fell off.
Exactly.
But I think Bandai has corrected that now with their SH Figure Arts line. So maybe one of the improvements are the Japanese toys because they market it as toys for adults. So if you didn't buy it when you were a kid, you have another chance to own the toys you didn't
Nice,
own
nice.
back in the day. they're still marketing to you.
Hair, and even those limbs would only apply to someone like Piccolo because he would regenerate. So otherwise, medyo gory.
Sorry, Fraggy. I forgot to ask you, what was your favorite toy store also growing up? Pre-Toy Kingdom, of course.
My favorite toy store. Car Park of SM North, if I'm not mistaken.
Nova Fontana.
Oh my gosh, Fontana nga yan. Fontana ba yun? Nova Fontana.
Nova Fontana, the green logo, green and white logo.
Nova Fontana, agree.
And Shopsville in Green Hills.
Shopsville, yes. Again, the Dragon Ball figurines I really got to encounter mostly in bazaars or mga Changi. I got to experience Dragon Ball Z. Eventually, later on, in spill over to the 90s na yon, when there were all of these collectible cards. Only did I realize that the brothers were named after vegetables or something related to vegetables. Kakarot, and then you had a Raditz, and then you had a Broly. So I'm like, strange.
I think it was only with GMA 7 that we got to see the entirety of Dragon Ball Z, correct?
Correct.
Anyway, so are you studying for this coming Friday's quiz?
I am. I already gave my brothers the categories that you sent. I'm like, okay, we have to assign, we have to do research. Because I'm sure it's going to be another exciting and very competitive round on Friday.
Actually, this was the most fun I had among all the quizzes I made. I was just really, really happy just thinking of what to ask, and it just gave so many happy memories from the past.
We super appreciate it. I just wanted to ask you how you were able to just trim it down to 50 questions.
Well, some people had to go, some characters
Oh
had to go, but
no!
there's always season 2 of the Quiz Night Championship League. We don't know. But anyway, Fraggy, thank you very much for joining Geek Speak, and I look forward to seeing you this coming Friday. Maybe you'd like to invite all the Geek Speak viewers to check out your channel.
Alright, thanks again for having me, Jiggy. First and foremost, to all the Geek Speak viewers, again, I'm Fraggy, and I'm inviting all of you to feel free to drop by at your most convenient time to Fraggments. Daan na kayo sa Fraggments. It's your special person in online tambayan on YouTube. There's a little bit of everything for everyone, and if you wanna suggest also or any other topics you want me to cover and maybe collaborate again with Jiggy, just let me know. Again, it's Fraggments. It's FRAGG, emphasis on the two G's, MENTS.
All right, guys, thank you very much for watching Geek Speak, and as always, talk to you again next time. Bye.